Hi, good morning, grade 8 students. How are you? Welcome back to our class. Real Tsunami. Part 1 completed, Part 2 also completed. Having some sessions of stories. Sanjeev, Ignatius, Meghna, and Javed. Almas Javed. That is the part 1. In the part 2, we came to know about the brave girl and sensitized girl of our geography lesson, Tilly Smith. Okay, now before going to the part 3, when we turn up your textbook to the page number 25, at the top we have a small question. What it is? Did animals sense the tsunami? Of course, some stories may say. For that sake, now here you please come to the page number 29. In this page number 29, top to the right column. Okay, if you see the picture there, look carefully at the picture of the boy and his dog. The boy and his dog. And try to describe the things that you see using words and phrases he was asking us. What is there? A small picture there in the textbook. Hope that everyone has opened the textbooks, not just seeing the video. Please, whenever the English class, when the lesson is going on, one should have their own textbook. Textbook should be a mandatory, okay? And go through the lines. And now, he was asking to observe. What is there to observe here? He was just sitting there with his dog. Either the teacher or one of the students can write down the words and phrases on the blackboard he has given, but virtually it is not possible. Now, just you put a pen and make some sentences by seeing the picture and basing on the story also, or basing on the narration, tsunami. This is how you can start. Calm, blue sea, rain huts. We can start like that also. Calm, blue sea, rain huts. Elsewhere, disturbed, great disaster, everything gone away. A small boy sitting there near the huts, on the debris, with his dog. Like this we can narrate. Now come to the paragraph. Here, when do you think this picture was taken? Most probably at the time of tsunami. Did you know that very few animals actually died in the tsunami? Compared to human beings, the percentage is very less of the animals which are dead. Before the giant waves slammed into the coasts in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. So, this is the fact, what everyone should know. Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety, it seems. What they have done? They are not swimming with the people nearby the seashores and all. They left to safety. They fled to safety. According to eyewitness accounts, elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. Elephants, what happened? They screamed, they shouted, and they ran to a higher ground, the better place. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Naturally, dogs will be roaming here and there and all. Now they refused going outdoors, and what happened itself? They refused to go outdoors and ran, and flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas. And flamingos, what happened to them? Abandoned their low-lying breeding areas. And the zoo animals rushed into their shelter and could not be enticed to come back again. They didn't decide to come back again because something they sensed, the fear. Because of that, they didn't come out, it seems. Many people believe that animals possess a sixth sense. Yeah, generally people will be saying, "Oh, how you came to know this?" If anyone asks a question, then the other proudly raising their collar, they may say, I sensed, I guessed, I have sixth sense like that. We don't know that what we have, but here many people believe it seems. What they believe? That animals have sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. And they came to know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. Then what about human being here? Humans? Humans, they will be busy with their work and having less decibels to hear, isn't it? So dogs, bats, or the remaining rest of the animal husbandry, all these things, they have more acute hearing, more decibels to hear, that helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration systems. They can sense an approaching disaster. They refers to animals when compared to human beings. So what happened here? They can sense an approaching disaster. A disaster long before humans realize what's going on. See the difference? Generally, for this, a small petty example I can say. You in your street, going outside and coming, the street dogs will be barking, and just by seeing you from far away, they'll be wagging their tails. If any new one comes, or newcomer, if they come, automatically they start barking. Why so? Basing on the sensation. Isn't it? And at the same time, snake, it doesn't have ears, but it can sense the vibrations of any animal or of any being. Right? So, sensing is more better than human beings and animals. Okay? And now, we cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not. It is some people, that's why in the statement also there, some people believe that. Some people will say, no, what they have. Human beings are far perfect than animals. And some people, it's a debatable question. We can leave that. It doesn't matter for us now. Okay, some people believe that and some people will say like this. We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not, but the fact is that the giant waves that roll through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries. It's fact. It's a record. It's a history. What is that? Whether people can sense more or animals sense first, it's not the main question, but it is a record that 150,000 people was no more, nearly dozen countries it seems, in a dozen countries, but not many animals reported dead it seems. Actually, as per science is concerned, first animals only can sense the any type of sound or vibration. It is a scientific fact. But here, that keep it aside, we are not dealing with the science now. As per the writer here, the tsunami, as per the writer, what the writer's point of view, the other point of view is, whatever it may be means, maybe it's a debate that we cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not, or animals only can sense or not we. That argument, keep it aside, but it has reported that 150,000 people dead than animals. Animals are less reported means what? Automatically we have to accept the truth that animals have more decibel sound and they can sense more than human beings. Isn't it? Because figures are saying, the numbers are saying 150,000 people or no more in a dozen countries. Along India's Kadalur coast, Kadalur in the sense near Tamil Nadu, where thousands of people perished. We can't see them even, they perished, lost. Buffaloes, goats and dogs were found unharmed. Okay? They were alive. But here, most of the people were no more. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards, and 130 species of birds. Where it seems, the Yala National Park. The Yala National Park, where it is located in Sri Lanka. And what about its importance there? Different animals, including elephants, 130 of varieties of systems, species of birds and leopards, whatnot. 60 visitors were washed away from the Patnangala beach inside the park. But people are vanishing or perishing, but no animal carcasses were found. Carcasses means dead bodies. See, in the Yala National Park, the tourists, they were no more. Okay, where the elephants or leopards or 130 different species are alive. And at the same time, here some animals carcasses are also not found, where it is Patnangal beach it seems. Okay, except for 2 water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yala National Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Patnangala beach it seems. So just before the tsunami hit the coast, what happened? People are running or something, keep it aside about the people. Here, most probably, the animals, the buffaloes, the elephants, they are running to a safer ground, safer place. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gali, a Sri Lankan gentleman who lived near the coast, near the Gali, said his 2 dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach it seems. What he said, what he proclaimed or he conveyed that a Sri Lankan gentleman who lives near the coast, near Gali, said his 2 dogs, they didn't go it seems. They are usually excited to go on their outing daily, but he said, but on that day they refused to go and most probably saved his life. Because his 2 dogs, if they are ready to go, this Sri Lankan gentleman also should go. So automatically he should vanish there. He should be perished. So these 2 dogs sensed something, guessed something. The decibels, the vibration, the sensation, the earthquake under the ocean. And basing on that, it refused to go. That's why he was saved at home. In the Yala National Park also, most of the people, the tourists, they were no more when the elephants, leopards, 130 different species of birds, they are safe side. They are alive. Okay? So we can't say that basing on the argument that the animals have 6 senses or not, but basing on the science. The scientific fact is that than human beings, animals have more decibels to hear, to act immediately. Isn't it? That we have to know from this point of view. This is the end of the lesson, Tsunami. The lesson name itself is a terrifying act for us, where Tilly Smith have narrated different illustrations with different examples quoted for us. Okay? And now it's time to go ahead with the homework. Come to the page number 38. It is 28, 29, 30. 30 and 31. Working with the text, we have some questions. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to work out with these. And also, comprehension check is there. 4 questions. We have to work with the comprehension check questions first. Okay? Thank you.